Hi, my name is Faye. I'm from Old Soul Tarot, and I have been asked by a friend of mine to do a reading for her. She is now living, I believe, for a while in Australia. Been friends for years. I always feel very close to her. She's a wonderful woman. Um, this is coming from Wisconsin, and today I walked on the lovely ice on top of the Rock River out back of the house. And you can see the pictures of me walking on the ice on Facebook if you'd like. Okay, I've got my tarot cards. Concentrate on my friend whose name begins with an N. Wonderful woman. I hope her essence will come across in the cards and there won't be confusion. I will draw for her, my 10 cards for her. But I draw in such a manner that I will bear her essence and her image in my mind. And I will think about her. And I will draw cards that I hope will be the essence of her. Draw 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10th. So I think this does describe her. And I know she knows me well, even though we've never met. I think this is still going to be a lovely reading. Anne is right now, today, and in her life, and I know her very well. She has been sandwiched between these two essences. Very hard for me to tell where to go with my cards. These two essences, and I'll read them for you. The bottom one was the Tower, and the top one, the Knight of Cups. So this tells me that everything basically in her life has toppled down around her. And I know this to be the way it has been with her. She's had difficult circumstances, and this is her life. It has toppled around, bad news, devastating events, things that are difficult to live through. So she's sandwiched between that and also an energy for her that this is really hard to know where that camera is focusing at. Her energy here is as a youthful energy coming in, and it bears messages of the heart. And that also is her. She seems to be eternally young, eternally as hopeful as I've seen. This is my friend. And in her past, which is really interesting, this is what's happened to go. Nights of sorrow, nights of feeling kind of despair, waking up in bed, crying. And I know this is also representing her. And for a while, she felt, or she was, in league with something evil in a way, or destructive for her life, I should say. Not evil. I'm not even sure there is real evil, but something that certainly was not a positive, happy thing in her life. But with the Devil card, for one thing, and I think that this lady has found this out, the chains around the neck hooking this person to something that was unsavory, they're large enough that all you need to do is slip them off and walk away, which is what I believe my friend has done. So that's, and then there's one more card that represents her past, and that is the happy celebration of life, the cheering, the gala celebration. She's also had this, probably more recent. She's in a not a bad place right now. But these three cards tell me about the past of this woman that I know. And the outcome on this, which is also amazingly like her, is the Hierophant, which is a card that is like the rule of the law. She takes great comfort in more structure, life, common sense things. And that is the outcome ahead for my friend, is structure, law, common sense, sanity. So the outcome going through all this to her is walking a life forward that will be calmer, sweeter. And in her worst fears, she is afraid that she will not have much to celebrate moving forward. This is definitely not a truth card. This is the box where it is her fears. So she is afraid that her celebrations and her jubilancy has passed her by. That's just her fear, not the truth. How other people see her, how I see her, how her friends see her, is a very balanced, warm individual that has a lot to give. You see how this temperance straddles both the land and the sea and the waters, and the sun is coming up and the flowers are out, and she's taking the water from one chalice and putting it into another, so they're both fuller. They're both equalizing. She is creating the balance, the temperance in life. That is how other people see my friends. And because I see her that way, I believe it. I've never met this friend, by the way. Never met this friend. So in her hopes and dreams, this is a wonderful card for her hopes and dreams. It is the Fool card, which she hopes that she will be starting out again, fresh again. And you see how when the fool drops off the cliff, if the fool goes in spirit and belief that this is the road ahead for him, he'll fall into the air and it won't make any difference. He's on solid ground. But if he falls off the cliff and he hasn't done any thinking, any meditating, takes a new step and he hasn't really worked it all out, he's probably pretty doomed to failure again. And that's okay. You just start out again. I mean, the Fool is one of the most important cards in tarot because it is the beginning and kind of the end. It's where everything goes. We start out, we fall, we flop, we make mistakes, hook ourselves up to people that we shouldn't be hooked up with, and we start out again, have many nights where we are in despair and wondering what to do because everything seems wrong, and we start again. So this card actually is very important for her. And the outcome, her outcome for her entire reading is the Lovers, which indicates a pact and something moving ahead that will be full of unity and love and acceptance. And this always, the outcome there goes hand in hand with the outcome here and the Hierophant. So she learns to keep her own counsel. She learns to go ahead obeying the letter of the law, which I think she always has, but keeping her own counsel, being wise in her own attitudes, in her own minds, but also uniting more and more with other people, with other things that are happening on this globe. She's a very global person. So I would love to meet her someday. And the sun is shining on her, and the angel of mercy and grace is just blessing her and blessing people around her as she finds things in harmony. So thank you for watching, and I will send her a link to this. If anybody else sees it, they're welcome to watch because I do not use names. And if you would like a reading, email me or contact me. Thank you so much. Goodbye from Faye from Old Soul Tarot. I'm from Southern Wisconsin and I do readings down here. If Anne shows this to any of her friends and they want readings, thank you. Turning it off now.